Welcome back to Cheryl's computer. I'll tell you what happened. When I went upstairs, I went to my room, and I was like, how come my cable's not working? I was like, Christopher must have taken my cable box. And I was like, so the cable box in my room is Christopher's, and the cable box in my brother's room is mine. So I can't watch no TV. I mean, what the heck? I mean, it's not like that. Like, I've been, mean to him or anything. I was like, what the heck? I have no cable in my room. And my mom, she called my brother. And then she said, why did you take her cable box? Actually, she said, I have one question. She called my brother, and she said, I have one question. Why did you take her cable box? Then he said, I have no clue. I mean, what the heck? My brother took my cable box and transferred his cable box into my room. Then he transferred my cable box to his room. I was like, what the F? I know. My username is Charles here. I know. Okay, so anyways, I was going to call, and then, oh yeah, you see my new shirt? Okay. Well, I saw this show today. It's called Dylan's Couch. Episode 17, Hannah Montana naked. Ew. Hi, Mom.
Hey.
One minute. What you doing? Watching TV?
What, sweetie?
Watching TV?
Yeah, I'm watching the TV.
Okay.
Oh, your social studies book you're supposed to study?
Oh, yeah. Wait. Can I do it by myself?
Yeah, this book?
Yeah.
You know what pages?
Yeah.
Which book?
66 through 69. I hope I'm right.
Yeah, 66 and 69.
Okay.
Make sure you study good because you got a test tomorrow.
Okay. I'm going to read to you my social studies. Leo Cooper lived in Western New York from 1909 through the early 1970s. The stories he told have been passed down for hundreds of years. They explain how things came to be and why things are as they are. In this way, the Seneca learned about their environment and their heritage. Heritage is the history, beliefs, and customs that a group of people share. The Seneca were one of many groups of Native Americans who lived in the Eastern Woodlands. The Eastern Woodlands was an area that covered most of the land east of the Mississippi River. This area was given the name Woodlands because it was covered with forests. The people who lived in the Eastern Woodlands made use of resources found around them. By 1300, many groups of Native Americans lived in the Eastern Woodlands of New York. Look at the map on this page to see where the groups lived. The people who lived on Long Island are in the Hudson River Valley. It includes the Mahicon, Sheepcock, and the Lenape. They are called Algonquian, the Algonquin groups, because they all spoke in Algonquin language. For example, the language that a Mahicon spoke was similar to what a Lenape spoke. Many Iroquois groups live in central and western New York. That includes Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca. All these groups spoke an Iroquois language. These people did not call themselves Iroquois. In fact, Iroquois is what their Algonquin enemies call them. It means rattlesnakes. They call themselves the Haudenosaunee. That means people of the Longhouse. A longhouse is a wooden building that housed many families. The Iroquois and most Algonquin in New York lived in longhouses. Look at the diagram on this page and you can see how the longhouse got its name. Some were as long as 200 feet. They were wide too. Some were as wide as 36 feet, which is about the length of a school bus. They were made of wooden poles and branches and covered with sheets of bark. Up to 20 families lived in a longhouse. Each family lived in its own part. A village of several longhouses was surrounded by a tall wooden fence called a palisade. The different groups of eastern woodlands people had a similar way of life. The women of the village planted and cared for the crops in the fields that were close to the village. They used pointed sticks to dig holes in each row. Then they planted the seeds. Their main crops were corn, beans, and squash. The Iroquois called these three crops the Three Sisters. These crops were an important part of the diet of people in the eastern woodlands. The women also picked the crops when the crops were ready. Every village has special buildings for storing food for the coming winter. The men helped clear the fields for planting. They also fished, hunted, traded, and made canoes from logs. Children helped get water and wood for the fire. Boys learned to shoot a bow and arrow, and to build traps for deer, turkey, rabbits, and other animals. Girls learned to cook, made pottery, and made clothing, mostly deerskin. Suppose you are a Seneca child who lives in a village in central New York. You and the other children gather around the storyteller. The storyteller tells about the land and animals around you. He also tells about your history and your ancestors. Ancestors are the people in your family who lived before you. You enjoy listening to the storytellers tell wonderful stories. Here is a tale you might have heard.